well, it's about 9 a.m. It just turned 9 a.m. 9 a.m. here in Bangkok, Thailand. It's March 1st. Where I live, it's still the 28th. So you guys are in yesterday, and I'm in here tomorrow. So there isn't much going on. I mean, I try to do lives as much as I can. When I travel abroad, it's a bit harder because of the I need data. So I'm doing it from the hotel. You can see it's nice out here. This is my view. I'm on the I'm on the 14th floor of my hotel. I only have a couple more days left here and then I'm gone and I have to go back home. But I just wanted to just check in and um this has been such an amazing trip. I know a lot of you have been watching my vlogs and have been commenting on it. Just me traveling for my birthday. Um and now I have a work meeting set up today, a couple of work things I got to take care of. So it's been quite a magical trip. But I just wanted to just, I don't know, take 5 minutes and just check in with everybody. Um, I've never traveled this long usually for personal. Usually when I travel, I'm usually traveling for work when I'm filming. So I'm usually gone for about 5 weeks. But this trip I was traveling for personal and then for business. So it's a little bit of both, and so that's why I'm gone for so long. And I reconnected with a high school friend, my friend Edward. But I've been having like just phone calls and stuff all day, every day. So I've been feeling very grateful there. Um, so I'm not really sure what to talk about. I just wanted to do a live real quick. Again, I'll show you my view. It's amazing. Um, it's beautiful here. I'm on the 14th floor of the of the garden, and it's a Hilton. They gave me a suite. So I have like this really cool room, big room, bathtub back there. Um, so just grateful to be able to take care of this and travel. And I don't expect a lot of people to join because I'm doing this live sort of unexpectedly. And with the time difference and everything, I know a lot of people, especially my team on the East Coast, is probably going to bed or getting ready to go to bed. Um, so it's interesting when you travel abroad and people find out that you're American. There's a lot of things they always get interested in. Like it seems like whenever I travel, whenever we do anything decision wise in the United States, I feel like I have to answer for it. Like, my friend Blake and I went to Barcelona a couple of years ago. Everybody was like, Why do you guys like guns so much?" Or "What's up with you guys and abortion?" And these are things I don't have answers for because I believe in gun control, and I think that oh, hello, Yuri. And I think that everybody should have access to the rights when it comes to their own body. So I always find it interesting that like when I travel abroad and people ask me questions, I'm always like, I don't the crazy things that people think about the United States are not always things that I get involved in, especially when it comes to like politics and stuff. And they're paying attention right now because there's just so much stuff happening in the United States, my country. So it's like I feel like I have to answer for it. But one of the things that's interesting is, I fly out on Monday morning. So literally about almost 48 hours from now, I'll definitely be about to be on a plane. And there's been so many things happening in the United States when it comes to planes. And my sister was texting me the other day, and she's like, "I'm so freaked out," because she's like, "There's been accidents, there's been so many close calls, there's been some emergencies and stuff." I mean, even a Delta plane had flipped the other day and went upside down. So my sister is a little bit concerned about it, and I tried to explain to her. I was like, "Yeah, I'm concerned about it too." It's like I'm terrified to fly right now, but I love traveling is like my favorite thing. It makes me very happy. And so I'm just hoping that like I land back safely. I mean, I fly from Bangkok to South Korea and then I have a layover there and then I fly back home. I feel pretty confident that it's going to be okay. Uh, we'll see. I mean, I haven't heard of anything happening in Los Angeles. I'm not flying across the state. I'm flying into the country. So knock on wood here that everything's fine. So I'm worried about that. I also want to say I just heard news this morning. I think it's on my phone here that the Iowa governor signs a law ending transgendered civil rights protections in the state. So I want to apologize, Iowa, about that happening. One of my closest friends is transgender, and um, also with me growing up as a gay guy, like it's always interesting how people will hate people, like they'll hate something and then they make it law. Like it used to be illegal. I mean, and they're trying to change it now. There's a lot of court cases, or there's a court case right now that's trying to change Overfeld. That's the court case where you can be legally married. There's two different, and I apologize if I don't know everything about this. I think this particular bill, if it gets passed, I won't be able to, like, if I were in a relationship and wanted to get married, we wouldn't be able to get married. But I do think that for people that are already married, even if this law got overturned, their marriages would still be recognized. In order for that to change, they'd have to change the Marriage Equality Act. But please don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. This is just some of the research I've been seeing. But it's still terrifying because it's almost a step in the direction that we don't want. Like it feels like we're moving backwards. And so when it comes to like the transgender thing, like I said, I have so many friends. One of my closest friends, Elliot, he's been on the vlog before, is transgender, and it just terrifies me because it's like we did it with blacks before in the past, where people didn't like them, so they made laws to make everything illegal. And it's just terrifying that people can hate something so much, especially if they don't understand it, but they could hate something and then just make a law to be like, no, we don't want that. Um, it breaks my heart. It really does. It breaks my heart because um, we're supposed to be the most powerful country. We are the most powerful country in the world, and yet somehow a lot of our ideas are so backwards. I'm traveling Southeast Asia, and these countries are not as developed as America, and these people here are so much nicer and so friendly and so just eager to make everybody happy. And I love that about traveling because, especially, I made a couple of good friends in Cambodia, and they were in Vietnam as well. And I'm telling you, the people were so nice. They were so unbelievably nice. And that's one thing I love about traveling. It just kind of gives me hope that like humanity still does exist and people do love from the heart. And I think sometimes I go back to my world, my life in Los Angeles, and I forget that, you know. But I am very devastated about these laws that keep happening and changing, and it breaks my heart. I also read that because because of the time difference, I wake up to a lot of the news that's happening when you guys are I'm sleeping. But I heard about the whole thing what happened between Trump and JD Vance and Zelensky, and that breaks my heart too because Z Zelensky's country was attacked, but they're blaming him. Like, the guy is just trying to keep his people safe in his country together and unified against an enemy, and they're making him out to be the bad guy, and he's handling it really well, by the way, from what I've been able to gather. Like, he's been able to have some, like, decorum. I personally I've never met Zelensky. He seems like he'd be really a cool person just to talk to. Um, and I'm not really the most political person, but I just saw videos of that. It was very heartbreaking because, um I mean, it's 2025, like, we need to stop this. I don't it just I don't know, I have some Ukrainian friends, and a lot of this just breaks my heart, so, and I don't know if there is any solution in the near future, you know? So, it's a very polarizing thing. I know the very polarizing thing is also with, the Gaza Strip, and I know that's very polarizing as well. In fact, I'd heard that that's one of the reasons why Harris didn't win. I know it's not the only reason, but I don't know, guys, I'm just talking. It breaks my heart right now. The world is scary. And I'm trying to like stay optimistic both in like the news in my country as well as like my worldview, and also trying to stay optimistic when it comes to my own personal life and my own goals and dreams. And it's all hard. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like right now, when I was growing up, life didn't seem that hard, even when I started to be an adult. And I just feel like ever since COVID, it just feels like there hasn't been a day where we haven't had a chance to be like, let's just take a breath. I feel like the younger generation now is just gonna have to deal with so many more issues, after like even I'm gone, long gone. So I worry about my nephews because it's like, what kind of world are we leaving them? But this isn't meant to be a depressing vlog. I just wanted to check in because so much has been happening and everybody's been talking. But look, I still have a beautiful view, so it's okay. I don't actually know what building that is, by the way, but that's the Shangri La, right somewhere over there, which is supposed to be a really nice place. I went by there the other day. It's very, very big, but it's also sort of on the water. And then there's like a little river here. I have to figure out what this river is. But my very first day here, I went on that river and I went on this thing called the hop on, hop off boat. And I have to really sidebar because I'm doing this on my tablet. My face is so big. Anyways, but I took this hop on, hop off boat, which was kind of cool. You kind of just jump on it one dock and you go to another. But I was able to visit some of the temples. Like I went to Wat Arun and the Grand Palace with the Emerald Buddha. Unbelievable. Oh, and you guys, I have to show you these. So a lot of people here wear these cool pants. I don't know if you can see them. Let me back up. Actually, let me turn this way so that the light. They're pink, which I like, but a lot of people here wear these. You guys see? I can't remember my hair. So they're like pajama bottoms. They're very light, but a lot of people here wear them. Look, it even comes with this with his matching. Hold on. A lot of people wear it here because it's light. It's supposed to be light and cool. So I bought this the other day because I saw everybody with it, and I really like this pink one. Tell me this isn't great. How much fun is this? Fun, right? So it's nice to just lounge in. It's very comfortable and light. Because it's really, really warm right now. It's the dry season here, but it's hot. It's been in the high 90s, if you know what Fahrenheit is. It's been in the high 90s with the humidity. So, um, this outfit is so much fun, and I like pink. So I never thought I'd get pink, but then I wore it. I'm like, I kind of like it. I also have a blue one. Um, doesn't fit as good, sadly, but it's still a very nice color. So, you guys, I have 3 viewers that are watching. Thank you guys so much. Say hi. I think I'm gonna try and get into the habit of doing more live streams, especially when I travel for work and for pleasure. So, um, I know a lot of people do it. I know a lot of people do it like on TikTok and Instagram. I don't have that big of a following there. Plus, like, I started my vlog because my friend Ryan was like, "You got to vlog." And so my friend Edward, who I was visiting out here on my birthday, was like, "Oh, you vlog? That's so cool. Like, what do you vlog about?" And I was telling him, and he was like, "Oh, you got to keep vlogging, keep doing things that are fun." And then he actually, when I saw him for dinner last night, he goes, "Oh, he goes, I love your vlogs. Like, it's nice to see what you're doing." Oh, everybody's gone. Back online, you guys. Oh, well, anyways, you guys can always check out this later and comment. But he was just like, I love watching your vlogs and everything you're doing. So uh that means a lot. I love that at least a few people are watching. It makes me feel excited. Um, I don't know if I would consider my life crazy exciting. I just like doing what I mean, I think what people like about me and my vlog is that I'm always just so honest about everything and sort of try to be transparent. But I love that because there's so much craziness right now in the world. And at least even if my life is dull, I still try to be honest with it. When I first started the vlog, it was like a way of me to like deal with like the death of my mom, and I was traveling and working and film. And my friend was like, "You definitely have stuff that people might be interested in. You should definitely vlog." And I said, "Okay." And it did help with the death of my mom because I was able to talk about the things that I was feeling, and then I talk about the frustrations that I'm dealing with in the film industry, and also my successes, and so it's kind of cool. But when I first started, I was just laying in bed and I would do like one, maybe 5, 10 minute vlog where I'm just like, this is where I'm at in life, and this is what I'm thinking, blah, blah, blah. And were like commenting, people were commenting on how they appreciate that going back to sort of this old school vlogging. Right now, I didn't know it was old school, but it was just me sort of journaling, I guess, and sort of vocalizing things in my mind, which I still do. Um, Like the other day, I did a vlog because I was so frustrated with like the airline I was flying with, and it was just like one crappy thing after another, and I was just like, fuck, fuck, fuck," I was so angry. But then, like later on that night, and then the next day, I had to wake up, and I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. I was just so adulting, and so I try to be honest with those things. Um, because I feel like a lot of the communication we always get from people probably isn't honest, especially in social media. I mean, social media, people want to look the best, and sorry, my nose ring. They want to look the best, and I get that. Like, I try to put really cool things on my Instagram for likes, but I don't have any engagement on my social media at all. Like, I could post a picture, I get 4 likes. If somebody posts a picture and a collaborator, they get all the likes. It's very. I just don't have a huge social media presence. I want one. I had a lot more before on a previous account, but my account got hacked, and I just can't get that engagement back. I have even less now. And it's funny because people love my photography, and my photography account has less engagement. I just don't have engagement on social media. Um, but I also still want to be honest because I think that's important. So um, I ramble a lot. I'm really sorry. I'm just being honest. I don't always have a lot of things to share with. This was just me wanting to just go live while I was in Bangkok and just be like, here, Bangkok. But really, all you see are just buildings. It could be anywhere in the world. I just do happen to be in Bangkok. Um, I wish I had more data when I travel because I would like, I'm supposed to be going to this elephant sanctuary tomorrow. So I won't go live, but I'll definitely vlog from there. But I just had thoughts in my head this morning and I just wanted to get them out before my meeting this afternoon. Uh, I'm ready to come home. I do like traveling. But also, I just have some stuff I need to take care of, and I'm starting a couple of new projects, so I got to get home and start prepping for that. And then, you know, follow up with everything from this trip. So, I mean, there is some good things happening, and I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful to all of you because um, sometimes you guys leave really amazing comments, and then also sometimes you guys reach out to me on. I had one guy from Scotland reach out to me on my social media through Instagram, and I was just like, "Oh my god, like, that's so amazing." Of course, and then there was also Tom from Life of Tom, the vlogger who like, I wanna say April or May last year, stumbled upon my vlog and followed me, and all of his followers came over and were commenting, and I was so grateful for that. You guys are amazing. So, um, it's funny because even on days that I think I have nothing to talk about, I still just try to talk and just be, like, open and honest with you guys. Uh, so yeah, so there you go. I'm just rambling now because I just am. Nothing cool this morning. It's still, like I said, it's only 9 o'clock here. Oh, it's 9:17 because I've been online for 17 minutes. It's nine, a little over to 9 here. Just had breakfast here at the hotel. I have my meeting at noon, and I gotta shower soon. But I just wanted to check in with you guys, um, because now it's March here. February's over. My birthday month is over. It's no longer Black History Month, and now we can move on to St. Patty's Day. I guess is probably the next big thing that's going on. So, it's interesting because, like, January I thought January would never can end, like, it just went on forever, and then February went fast. It's also a short month, but also I've been traveling and celebrating my birthday, so that's probably why it went by fast. Um, but with that in mind, one of the things I try to do is I try to celebrate life as much as I can. I try to celebrate all of my small successes because I think people always wanna celebrate their big successes, but really I like to celebrate the small ones as well because, um, I think part of the journey is you need to reward yourself along the way because that's what motivates you to keep going. So you have to reward yourself along the way. So, like, if I do something and I have a small win, I'll go have a glass of wine. Or, if it's a bigger win or something good came out of a meeting, or maybe I had a really awesome podcast interview like when I was on the Jimmy Star show with Ron Russell. That's one of the bigger podcasts I've been on. I kind of celebrate those wins um because I always am never I feel like I'm just keep going. I'm reaching higher and higher and higher and higher, and I never stop to celebrate those successes because I'm not where I want to be. So I've had to learn to actually stop and celebrate those successes. Do you know what I'm saying? Because um it's not, I mean, it's definitely about the journey, but you know, just because I mean, there's always big losses, there's always big wins, there's always small losses, there's always small wins. But I think, I think, but everything is you have to do everything in steps, right? And so I think part of the journey means you need to celebrate the small things, um, because that's what motivates you to continue. And they are wins. right? You do have wins when you are living, and I'm talking about me personally, just because I'm celebrating like my career, but but it could be for anything. Like, you're a college student and you studied really hard for a test and you got a good grade, like you should go celebrate that. Get a glass of wine, or you know, I- um, go to the beach and just like lay out for that. I think you got to find a way to celebrate those small successes because they are part of our life, and they're the things that make us who we are. Sorry, my hair's a mess. They are the things that make us who we are, and we're all on our own journey. And so I think the best thing that we can do in life is to celebrate those small successes. Because then you can look back on them with fondness, and be like, yeah, man, I remember studied so hard for this test, and I worked my ass off. I was up for hours, and and I did it. I did it, put my mind to it, and I did it. You should celebrate that. I think we should celebrate all of our. You don't have to have a huge celebration, just something small. Just be like, wish I could think of something even better. I liked having drinks because it's such a social thing, but it's just like, or go see a movie, or it's just take a moment to celebrate that, to focus on that, to focus the energy. That's what I'm saying. It's like celebrate that small success by doing something. So if like you really want to go see a movie and you haven't had a chance to go to the movies, but you like you said you got like that college test, go see a movie and just be like, no, for the next 2 hours or whatever, I might go have dinner. I'm gonna have this movie, and that's me celebrating me and this success. I think that's really important. And I say this a lot when I do podcast interviews and stuff too, where I'm always like, I think you need to celebrate the small successes. I really think that's the most important thing. Because if you don't, then you're just caught up in the grind and you don't stop and think about that. That's what works for me. Because there's times where I'm just like, oh, nothing's happening. But then it's like I look back and I keep a daily journal too. So there's that. But things will pop up every year, every day, my journal pops up with all the things from the previous years. And it's like, oh, this happened to me today. And I'm like, oh my God, I did have all these wins. Like I had wins. And I think when you celebrate them, you remind yourself of those wins, right? If you just got a good grade on the test and you went on with your life, it's like, okay, yeah, you did it. But if you really celebrate maybe that moment, you're like, yeah, I really put my mind to something and I did it. And so then, like, I think it's going to motivate you to do that again. Because, I don't know. If I sound cheesy, I apologize. I'm sort of just vlogging and talking, but I really do think that we should celebrate our small successes. Because then when the big wins come, then you celebrate something big. That's when um, like when I direct projects or I finish a script or something, those are big wins to me. And so I celebrate a little bit bigger. And that, sometimes that includes traveling. I always travel on my birthday because I like to celebrate myself. I also have a twin sister and I've had to share my birthday my entire life. That's my way. But every time I travel, even if it's for pleasure, ends up becoming a work trip because uh it seems like it because like I always end up having meetings and stuff. I don't know. I just am one of those people that like am really good at meeting people. I don't know. I'm silly like that. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I get to see the world, and I'm grateful that I meet amazing people, and um, I'm grateful for the small things that are happening. I would really like some big wins this year, though. I'm throwing that out there. Um, but my team seems to think that this is going to be a year of big wins. So because I'm already vlogging, I'd love to just I'm going to share those things with you as they happen. So I've been yapping for about 23 minutes, is going all over the place. I just wanted to say to everybody that you know, uh, it's been an interesting month because like back in December, my aunt and uncle had a house fire in Florida, and it was my aunt, my uncle, and I guess my uncle's brother. So it was my aunt's brother-in-law. Their house caught on fire. There was an explosion. My uncle was burned alive. This was right before Christmas. It's very hard for us because I mean I hadn't seen him in a few years because I think they were living in Puerto Rico for a while. They were in Florida, so I just didn't get a chance to see her as much. But it was very devastating news in that sense. And so we were just dealing with the aftermath of my uncle being killed. And my aunt was trying to rebuild her life again. And this was, we're trying to help her. We were raising some money, trying to get her back on her feet again, because she literally lost everything. Like she lost everything. And one of the hardest things about this month was that um, no one had heard from her in a few days, I guess, and so they were doing a wellness check, and when the police showed up, they found her dead in her bed. So she had passed. So we don't know how she died, and for the longest time, we weren't going to get any answers because Florida was like, "Oh, well, it was natural causes." But I think we heard today that they might be doing an autopsy, which we're grateful for because we just want to know how she passed, just for some closure. So, but like I said, there's been a lot of like good things and a lot of bad things, and I know that that's life. Life is it's always seems like there's a mix of things. You kind of have to on this journey. You kind of have to like roll the punches, and that's why I think you have to celebrate the small things because they can get blindsided by other like the bad things. So if you celebrate the good things, when you get blinded by the bad side, it's you I feel like you're more prepared to handle it. I mean, because it's like 2023 was hard because I was prepared to have a good year, and then I hit COVID the very first day of the year, and then my mom died. It just like steamrolled so many things. But in that year, I still had to find ways to find time to celebrate my successes, which was very hard. But it's probably why part of the reason why I was able to survive. So, anyways, I'm yapping, yapping, yapping. I'm gonna get ready to start my day because it's a beautiful day here. But thank you everybody for listening and just always being supportive of my vlog and the things that I do. And I look forward to being able to communicate with you more and share more awesome, cool things. So again, peace out, A Town here from Bangkok, Thailand. Happy March and take care, everybody.